Chris Gorney, Mountain High Adventures. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, I'm gonna share with you my next big adventure. But first, I wanna talk about my community that I'm building on Patreon and how you can get involved. So that's where I'm headed. Okay guys, I'm planning a 10-day bike packing trip through Owens Valley in the High Sierra in California at the end of August and the beginning of September. It's gonna be epic. I'm gonna be riding my gravel bike and doing big mountain runs pretty much every day, back to back for 10 days straight. It's gonna be paradise for me. But before we dive into that and the itinerary of that trip, I want to talk a little bit about Mountain High Adventures and what I'm offering and what I'm doing. If you're new to the channel, I'm a Las Vegas-based mountain athlete. I mostly trail run and mountain climb, but I also do a fair amount of cycling. As you can see in my home studio here, I have my two bikes. This is my road bike and this is my adventure gravel bike. I also do a ton of rock scrambling, which is sort of that area between running and climbing, where you're kind of using your hands and feet and climbing over rocks for fun. I've been sharing my adventures on YouTube here on this channel for close to 5 years now, and we've built up the channel and the support now to where we're making videos and we have over 2,500 subscribers on the YouTube channel. My Instagram account has a couple of thousand followers, and I feel like we're finally having an impact on the Las Vegas outdoor community. I'm getting messages pretty much on a daily basis, either here on YouTube or through my other social media accounts, and people are enjoying the videos. I really appreciate the comments, you guys. It's very inspiring to hear from you all and to know that I'm motivating some of you to get out and move your bodies in the mountains. That's the whole goal with the channel, is to show you guys what's possible and what it looks like to move around in the mountains and have fun running and climbing and cycling and all the things in between. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys for following along. It really motivates me to continue on my journey and to share my journey with you guys through this channel. I feel like Las Vegas is growing in terms of our outdoor community, and I'm really excited that I have a voice in that. I'm one of few athletes here in this area who's actually sharing like my outdoor adventure journey through social media, and so this is sort of an outlet where I can tap into the rest of the world and show you guys what we have right here in Las Vegas in the Mojave Desert. We have this amazing mountain range right on the west side of town called the Spring Mountains that features Red Rock Canyon, a world-class rock climbing sandstone haven. And then just northwest of town we have Mount Charleston, which is a beautiful big mountain country. The summit is almost 12,000 feet tall. It's 11,916. So we've got a pretty big mountain right outside of town for some big mountain stuff, and then we have this awesome desert right here as well. And I love creating videos about the adventures I go on here in our mountains and sharing them through the channel here with you guys and showing you all what we have here and what's possible. Hey guys, if you like outdoor adventure videos, trail, ultra running, and mountain climbing, go ahead, smash that red subscribe button over there in the corner. Also, give this video a like or a thumbs up and share it with one of your friends who you want to get into trail running and mountain climbing. I'm using Patreon as a platform to share a lot of my journey with you guys. I would encourage you to join me there. That's a place where you can get involved and support Mountain High Adventures. You can find trip reports of places that I've gone to, different adventures that I've been on, and I do a lot of training talk on there, mountain training, logging like cycling miles, and all the trail and mountain running that I do. I talk a lot about it on Patreon. So there's a lot of value in there for anybody interested in the outdoors anybody who wants to get into trail, ultra running, or mountain climbing in this region in particular. I share a lot of beta on places to go, how to get there, what the crux moves are like, and distance, vert, what type of style will you need to do some of these adventures in, and all that kind of stuff is all packed in on my Patreon. I would love it if you could join me there, support Mountain High Adventures, help me make my dream come true of climbing all the mountains and running all the races. To be really clear, I offer 4 different tiers on Patreon that you can join. They're basically different levels of commitment. The first one is a $5 level. I call it the Trailhead. Most of the posts that I make on Patreon are available to that level. That's the most accessible and kind of the most sort of overview of Mountain High Adventures and what I'm doing. So if you want to just sort of know kind of the basics, a lot of it is posted on Patreon at that $5 level. The next level up is the $10 level. That's the trail runner level. I do post a few extra photos and trip reports for those that have joined me at that level. The next level is the $25 level. That's the ultra runner level, and that includes my weekly Strava recaps, a little more training talk, and my gear reviews. So if you actually want to know like what types of gear I'm using and more detailed data about my trips, join at the ultra runner level. And I've just created a 4th level that's a $50 level, a bit more of a commitment, but that's a level to show Mountain High Adventures that you're a true supporter, and that's specifically designed to help me get out on my next big adventure, which is the Dirt and Vert Tour 2023. So please join me there if you're new, or if you're already a Patreon supporter, maybe you could step up to the Dirt and Vert level for the month of August or September. That would help me get out on my next big adventure. I do have a lot of gear that I still need to get in preparations for this adventure. So let's dive in and talk about the Dirt and Vert Tour 2023. Okay, I wrote down some notes because this tour is so involved. I'm not gonna go into the full itinerary because it would just make this too long and boring of a video, but I'll put the itinerary in the description to this video, so scroll down, look at the description, and I'll break it down day by day what I'm gonna be doing. But here's the general overview of the Dirt and Vert Tour 2023. This is a Mountain High Adventures exclusive solo adventure. I'm gonna be making all kinds of content and videos about this. Here's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be in Owens Valley and the High Sierra. Basically, I'm using Highway 395 as a commuter, and I'll be on my gravel adventure bike, and I'll be going kind of trailhead to trailhead each day using the bike to commute. And then I'll be camping at the trailheads. I'll have all my camp gear on the bike. And so I'll camp at a trailhead, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go for a big mountain run, and then I'll come back to the trailhead, relax a little bit, recover, and then I'll get on the bike and commute to the next trailhead, set up camp for the night, sleep, wake up in the morning, go for a big mountain run, come back to the bike, recover a little bit, ride the bike to the next trailhead, camp, wake up in the morning, another big mountain run, and I'll carry on for 10 days like that. I'll be doing quite a bit of road biking just because it's a little bit easier to get around, but because I'll be on my adventure gravel bike, I am gonna be seeking out dirt as much as possible. This is the Dirt and Vert Tour, so I'll be doing some gravel biking as well. I'll also be doing these big mountain runs every day. The totals are gonna look something like 275 miles on the bike. I'm looking at about 100 miles of mountain running and a combined total of 70,000 feet of vertical gain between the bike and the running. The biking, some of it will be really difficult. I'm including 3 of the top 10 hardest bike climbs in America on this tour. 3 of the hardest top 10 cycling climbs are in the Sierra Nevada. Horseshoe Meadows, the Whitney Portal and the Onion Valley Road Climb are all at least, I think, 4,000 feet of vertical gain. I think a couple of them are like 5,000 feet of vertical gain in like 15 miles, like relatively short distance, but tons of vert. Just, you know, basically taking these roads up into the High Sierra. So that's going to be a huge challenge. Like I said, I will be doing some gravel biking down in the desert as well. I'm really looking forward to those challenging climbs. Some of the running and scrambling that I'll be doing will be right on the Sierra crest. I plan to tag some 14ers, some 13ers, and some 12ers. And again, the idea will be bike packing and basically sleeping out in the wilderness the whole time. Well, maybe at some campgrounds, established campgrounds, maybe some more dispersed camping off of the bike, and then, you know, running and spending just all the time outdoors for 10 days straight. It's going to be amazing, guys. This is basically a dream come true. 10 days just adventuring, riding the bike and running in the mountains. I just can't think of a more exciting way to spend my time. Again, just tying this back into the conversation earlier of my Patreon page and the community I'm building there. I do have a new tier on Patreon to support me in this adventure. I do have some pieces of gear that I still need to get to make this adventure happen. And of course, I'll be buying a lot of nutrition and like hydration things to take with me on this trip. So I would really appreciate your support, guys. There's a $50 level support for the Dirt and Vert Tour 2023. And if you're just joining Mountain High Adventures on Patreon, I would highly encourage you to join me there. At that level, all of the content that I'm producing will be accessed through that level. Of course, you can join at any level on Patreon for even as little as $5. You just don't get all of the content that I'll be putting up there. You just get some of the general stuff. But anyway, that's where you can get involved, join me, and follow along on this next epic adventure. I plan to take off at the end of August. The dates are August 24th through September 3rd. So it's a 10-day chunk right at the end of August. I'm hoping the weather is still nice over there and that the conditions have improved. I was just over there this past weekend and there's still a lot of snow and it's melting out and there's raging creek crossings and stuff. So hopefully by then things will have mellowed out a bit and we'll just get some really good mountain and alpine running. Okay guys, that's basically the gist of what Mountain High Adventures is up to right now. I'm about 4 weeks out from the Dirt and Vert Tour 2023. I am diving headfirst into training, running a lot. I'm gonna be getting back on the bike and getting more bike training in, and then we'll be getting the last final pieces of gear as it gets a little bit closer to the time. But I just want to say thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks again for joining me here on YouTube. Chris Gorney signing off with Mountain High Adventures. And I'm out!